Welcome back, and if you're just getting in the door, we have a recap with some of the local stories you may have missed. From the station, putting local first, federal and state grant funding has dried up, and now the El Paso Public Health Department is scrambling as it faces a multi-million-dollar loss. The cut stems from changes made under the Trump administration and the impact of those cuts now being felt here locally. About $3.2 million tied to COVID-era funding that is no longer available. Those grants were initially meant to help cities respond to the pandemic, but local health agencies were also allowed to use them to track infectious diseases, strengthen lab capacity, and plan for future public health emergencies. El Paso is home to one of the top cities that is for trade jobs, and now many trade workers like welders and pipe fitters have a chance to explore their careers. The United Association Local Union 412, in partnership with the Sun City Welding Academy, are hosting a two-day job event. They are seeking to connect locals to immediate and upcoming mega projects in the borderland and surrounding regions. Organizers say having the event in El Paso is intentional so they can reach the local talent pool of trade workers and give them a shot at an increasing job demand coming to the region. And in case you missed Sam Guzman's report on Monday, UTEP and New Mexico State will not play each other in football in 2026. That's because both programs have already built out their non-conference schedules before UTEP made that leap to the Mountain West Conference, which will take effect in 2026. With the Miners and Aggies both in Conference USA, that game gets played as a conference game right now. So moving forward, both schools will have to schedule each other in one of their few non-conference games. The goal for both sides is to get the game back on the books for 2027, but could also be pushed back as far back as 2029. And of course, this has created a lot of people talking in El Paso as well as Las Cruces. And joining me now is UTEP Athletic Director Jim Sinner. Jim, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time with us here today to kind of get a better understanding of what's going on, because I know everyone loves the Battle of I-10. Everyone loves this rivalry game. From your perspective, how important is it to figure something out here and get this game back on the books?
Well, Andy, first of all, thank you for having me on tonight. I appreciate it. Secondly, I could tell you the Battle of I-10 means a lot to El Pasoans and Las Cruceans. It's a really, really big deal. So I know New Mexico State and the Miners want to be able to play this game. It's just a matter of finding a way to make it work with dates and things like that.
I think people who have seen this story understand why this game can't be played in 2026. The scheduling, you guys get ahead. It's 2027, it's 2028, it's 2029, hopefully not any longer than that people have been kind of vocal about, because it's an important game not only to El Paso but as well as Las Cruces, both communities. My question to you is, why are football schedules in particular put together so far in advance?
Well, you know, it's an excellent question. I can't tell you why they are, except for it creates stability in your department. I can tell you, you know, I'm looking right now to try to find a money game, something that pays us in excess of $1.5 million a year in 2030. I'm keeping all those dates open right now just so I can get that game with a marquee opponent for our budget. And most schools at our level have that, a money game. In New Mexico State does the same thing. So once I get that, then I can start to backfill with all the remaining games. I can't afford to schedule a game with a G5 or an FCS team and then not be able to take a game with a Power 5 opponent.
Can any changes be made after a game has been scheduled? Say, for instance, you mentioned maybe an FCS opponent. Say you schedule an FCS opponent down the line. Would it be difficult to swap that game out for the other?
No, but there's consequences to it. And so what I would say is the closer you get to playing the season or the game, the harder it is, because there's less options for people to go find a different game. And that makes it really hard on the entity or the school that basically you want to move. The second thing is, if they decide, no, I don't want to let you out of that game, then they can hold you to the buyout of the game. So there's games where we have $1 million buyout. If I said I want to get out of a game, we'd have to pay the opponent that we were going to play $1 million. In most of our FCS games, when we play down, if you will, you know, those could be as high as $400,000. So it's pretty spendy to actually tell somebody we're not going to play you because we want to schedule somebody else. It puts them in a real jam.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you look at the Battle of I-10, for the home team, it's a big moneymaker. You get 30,000 fans at the Sun Bowl or over at Aggie Memorial Stadium. And then if you're the away team, you're not paying for chartered flights, hotels. It's a bus drive. So financially, it makes a lot of sense to have this game as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Andy. You sound like an athletic director, if I might just say that. Gosh, because those are the exact kind of things that we look at. How do you hold expenses down? How do you maximize revenues? And obviously playing New Mexico State and going to Las Cruces or them coming to El Paso is a really, really good financial deal for both of our universities. And that's why we want to play. But it means so much to our community, and it's really important that we have this rivalry game and get it back on the books as quickly as we possibly can.
The Battle of I-10 news, of course, stems from your move to the Mountain West Conference. That'll take effect a year from now. We're starting to see some of those TV deals getting done. How significant of a jump is this, and what needs to be done between now and July 1st, 2026 for UTEP to be competitive, competing for championships in the Mountain West Conference?
Well, I would tell you competing for conference championships is a process, and we're working at it every day. You know, it's really important for us to just compete in the league we're in this year, right? We're playing a really good conference schedule this year in Conference USA. We need El Pasoans to come out and support us, come to games, buy season tickets, and help launch us into a successful start into the Mountain West Conference. It starts this year, but let's win Conference USA this year. We've never won a league title in Conference USA, so let's get it done this year. That's what I want to challenge our team and our coaches, but I also need El Paso's help to get that done. But I tell you what, to get ready for the Mountain West Conference, we're gonna work really, really hard at engaging our community. We're gonna get the renewed rivalries that we haven't had in 25, 30 years against teams like New Mexico and Air Force and UNLV and others. So we're really excited about the future. And I think when teams like Wyoming come in here and Nevada and San Jose State, people are going to be excited about seeing teams in the western half of the United States come to the Sun Bowl and the Don Haskins Center and our other sporting venues.
Also matchups that, of course, everyone was used to seeing in the WAC. I'll get you out of here on this one, Jim. College athletics landscape, it seems to change on the daily from conference realignment, NIL, different transfer rules, compliance. There's just so much. So how does a university like UTEP try and keep up with some of these bigger programs and bigger conferences when it seems like you're kind of at a disadvantage here?
Well, you know, the UTEPs of the world and the Group of Five schools have been at a disadvantage for a long time, only because of the sheer fact of stadium size, resources, money, TV contracts. But we can't, you know, we're really not trying to be Texas or Texas A&M. We're really trying to be as good as any other Group of Five school in the state of Texas and in the western United States. So that's the mark, really. We're trying to be nimble. We're working really, really hard on asking our donors to step up and help us with things like RevShare and NIL with our talent acquisition funds. We're working really, really hard on trying to sell more tickets and fill our stadiums. As we get more people participating and engaging, we will have more resources to be more competitive and do the things that it takes to recruit and retain talented coaches and student athletes.
Jim, thank you so much for taking the time with us today. We appreciate all of your insight as we're looking forward to the next school year and, of course, big things in the work with your university and athletic department. So thank you for the time.
Yes, sir, Andy. Thank you. Go Miners.